What is poppin', people? Welcome back to the funk. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we get started, guys, hit that subscribe button down below. Let's get started. I want to give you guys as much information from my own personal experiences as possible. And for today's episode, I am going to be talking to you about how to maintain a cool vibe during your virtual auditions. This stuff can help you through an interview, maybe meeting somebody on the first date. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is be early, because being on time is always late. What I recommend doing is going on your phone and setting an alarm, making sure that you have an alarm for both falling asleep and waking up. If you know you have an audition the next day, you're gonna wanna make sure that you wake up with feeling as rested as possible. I always give myself 4 hours before an audition to get ready. If I get 6 hours of sleep, like, I'm literally just gonna be like growling at everybody. I'm super grumpy and I do not want to be pushed when I'm sleepy. Being sleepy will also affect the way that I look on camera. I always like to make sure that I have Visine in my eyes, that I have my coffee, I got some sugar in my system. Anything that makes me perk up, that's what I'm going to be presenting to the client. Something that I notice that I do a lot is like my lips. I notice I quiver. That is something that comes naturally. We all face it. It's all part of being nervous. Now, the one thing that I would recommend to help you with the lip quivering, one thing I'd recommend to help you with your lip quivering would be to breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. You ever notice how on these Instagram videos, a lot of these makeup artists, they do that mouth opening, they're letting air out of their mouth so that they're around their mouth is relaxed. These little muscles are the things that can make you look nervous. They're these little tiny little features, you know? Also, smiling helps for me a lot. I like to smile just to help get rid of any type of wrinkles or quivers that are happening with my face. But when I do smile, I try to make sure that I do not like squint my eyes, because like then I'm gonna be like, they're like, oh my god, I can't even see your face, you're so nervous. If you're ever nervous about what to say during your auditions before there's any questions being asked, don't. If I ever said anything, I often ended up talking over the client. We do that when we get nervous. They tend to be a lot more relaxed about it and think that you're a lot more efficient when you say less. Okay, so the fourth thing I want to talk to you about is a little faith-based. So I'm not talking about any specific religion or anything, but if there's something that you have, whether it's a rosary or stones or a pillow or even a picture of somebody that you love, something that keeps you grounded, in that prep time that you have before your audition, in that prep time, hold on to that item, keep it on you, and any time that you're feeling some type of way, you will be reminded that that item is on you. Keep it on you that entire time. And you can think of it as kind of like a spell, but at the same time, it's just really psychology. Like for me, for instance, I like to carry like stones and stuff because I play a whole lot of Skyrim, and in the game, I am a mage. So, and the last thing that I would recommend for you guys is just to not overthink it. Make sure that you have a clean outfit, something you've already worn before so you know it's gonna look good. Make sure that your hair and face are as beautiful as possible, but don't overdo it. When I overthink whatever the client wants from me, I end up putting on too much makeup, or I end up wearing a lot of extra things that I didn't need to wear. I would also recommend during your prep time to write down notes to yourself that are positive, and even if they're cheesy, it doesn't matter. Like, no one's judging you. Just write them down for yourself. You can throw them away after if you don't like the way they look, but write them down. Something that says, I am focused, I am controlled, I am grounded, or something like, I am confident. These things can really help us because when we're looking at it, it's reflecting off of us. And a lot of times during these virtual auditions, we don't even get to see who the client is. We just see a bunch of names on Zoom, which makes us even more nervous. Like, my face sometimes just jolts by itself, and it's like literally uncontrollable. And I have to follow through these tools that I've used, that I've learned first, and then I've been using for some time in order to ground myself again. That's all for now, guys. Sorry I seem so bossy all the time, but hey, this is all about experiences and sharing, right? And speaking of sharing, comment, like, and if you like this video, subscribe, share this with your friends, tell them what the business is all about. I love you guys.